Hello, Oracles. Today we're going to discuss retiring on Tesla. And so, of course, many of us are out there investing, and what are the reasons that you're investing for? Well, most of us are looking for retirement, building wealth, creating generational wealth for the future. Lots of different reasons, and retirement is one of them. Well, then the question is, what do you need in order to retire? So the numbers all differ, it all depends upon you and what your lifestyle habits are, what you would need for yourself in order to retire. So for me, I live a simple life, so I would say $1 million is probably enough. And today's video, to make it easy, a lot of us are also striving to become Teslanaires. So I will break down the numbers needed to become a Teslanaire, and I'll also put the numbers in there to get $1.5 million, just in case you want a little more comfortable lifestyle in the future. So I'll break down both of those numbers, and based upon all of my price targets, what you would need in order to get there. Now I'm going to update this every single quarter because every quarter we get new numbers that come out from Tesla. So I will update this quarterly, both as far as where I am at in my goals towards getting to this point, and what all my updated price targets would be. And now before we dive in, I just wanted to state again, I am not a financial advisor, and what I'm about to present to you is not financial advice. You've got to do your own due diligence to figure out what the price targets are for you for Tesla in the future and what your needs would be financially. Also, I am not banking on Tesla as my retirement plan. I have multiple other sources of income and multiple other strategies that I'm working on in order to be able to get myself to a point of retirement, and Tesla is not the only one. Plus, based upon how late I started in investing in Tesla, it would take me too long to get to where I want to be able to retire strictly on Tesla in the time frame I would like to retire. So how I broke this down was I just went year by year for whatever my price target was, and I divided $1 million or $1.5 million by my price target, and that gave me the number of shares needed to hit that point. So we're just going to go right in order. I'm going to go from 2023 all the way through 2032 based upon the number of shares needed to hit it based upon my price targets. And now all of these price targets are for the end of that year. So for 2023, the end of the year, I have a price target of $2,330. This would mean in order to hit $1.5 million, you would need 645 shares. In order to hit $1 million, you would need 430 shares. For 2024, my price target is $3,150. For $1.5 million, you need 476 shares. And for $1 million, you would need 317 shares. In 2025, my price target is $3,822. So you would need 392 shares for $1.5 million, and you would need 262 shares for $1 million. Now, 2025 for me is the big year that I'm really focusing on. So for me, between now and then, I want to accumulate as many shares as I possibly can, because my gut right now is telling me that 2025 is when we are going to see the next really extreme exponential growth in the fundamentals of the company. This is where I think robotaxis are going to become a reality. This is where I think energy is really going to take off. This is where I think we're going to see a lot of competition that is going to come and survive. We're going to know who is going to stay and who is going to go, and that's really going to determine what the next 5 years after that is going to show for who's going to lead the EV revolution. And we'll also get to see at that point how far along Tesla is in becoming an AI company versus an EV manufacturer. In 2026, I see the stock price being $4,255, which would mean for $1.5 million, you would need to have 353 shares, and for $1 million, you would need to have 235 shares. 2027, I see the stock price at $5,399, and you would need 278 shares and 185 shares, respectively. In 2028, I see a big jump in the stock price up to $7,629, so you would need 197 and 131 shares, respectively. In 2029, my price target is $8,910, so you would need 168 shares and 112 shares. And in 2030, end of the decade, which a lot of us are focusing on, we are going to be seeing a price target for myself of $11,126, so you would need 135 shares to hit a 1.5 million or 90 shares for $1 million. And to go out a full decade from where we are today, in 2031, I see the stock price at $12,191. So you would need to have 123 shares or 82 shares for $1 million. And in 2032, I see the stock price being $13,095, and you would need 115 shares or 76 shares for $1 million. So for me currently, I have 9.6 shares in my main account and 6 shares in my IRA. So as I had said before, Tesla is not going to be fast enough for me unless I get into a windfall where I could just dump it into Tesla stock. But at that point, I can invest it in real estate or just keep it for myself and do other things with it. But that's where I'm kind of looking at right now with Tesla is I need to accumulate as many shares as possible. So when I'm making videos and we see the stock price coming down or there's a lot of FUD, and I show excitement because we're in the red, it's because I still see an extremely bright future for Tesla over the next 10 years, and I don't see near-term FUD affecting long-term price targets. My long-term price targets are considered conservative by many. Others think that I'm a little too liberal. So I'm kind of in the middle of where a lot of people think where the price targets are going to be at that point. And realistically, if Tesla can truly turn themselves into an AI company and get Optimus to where they want to be and actually see all of their goals and dreams come true, I think $13,000 by 2032 is very low for a stock price. But again, there's a lot of things that need to happen between now and then. This is why I'm going to be updating on a quarterly basis to make sure that we're still going in the right direction. And so for me, again, I'm just accumulating as many shares as possible. So when we get pulled back into the red now, that just means for me, I can add more shares on a regular basis because now is about accumulating. So for those of you who have been following me, I put in $15 into Tesla every single day. And then when we go red, I kind of follow my gut. I had been following a strategy previously, but with the market we're in, it's better to just kind of follow my gut and follow some technical analysis to add extra. But I do $15 every day, and based on the current stock prices, that's only 5.5 shares for the year. So I would never be able to even get to my 135 shares needed for 1.5 million by 2030. So it would take forever. So I need to change my strategy around if I would want to retire solely on Tesla. So I am working on that. I'm taking into account a few different things, maybe adjusting some stuff. Once I buy real estate, I might be able to add some more money into Tesla stock and build it up faster. But let me know in the comments, where are you guys at on this chart based upon my price targets? Where would you be at for shares? What year would you be able to retire? What year would you be a Teslanaire? Or are you already a Teslanaire? And now another question is, well, when you do get to that point with Tesla, how do you retire on it? Well, there's a lot of different options, and you guys can leave your thoughts in the comments below as far as what you would plan on doing to be able to utilize the shares in order to retire on. So there's options, you can have it, and if you get returns, of a minimal 7% every single year on $1 million, you're looking at $70,000 a year. So, if you're under 59 or whatever you're at for tax brackets, you'd have to pay taxes on that. But you'd have $70,000. Many people can live on $70,000 a year. So if that's what you're looking at, you would be able to just sell some shares every single year in order to get to that point and continue to grow your portfolio. Some people would also take some of that money out, maybe sell their Tesla shares and put it into a dividend stock. Maybe at that time, Tesla will actually be giving out dividends. So maybe you can just live off of Tesla dividends and let the growth go. Because think about it, at the end of 2029 and 2030, we might be at the point where Optimus is really starting to take off and another massive S-curve could be starting in the stock. So maybe you don't want to sell at that point. So hopefully maybe dividends will be around. There's a lot of other options that you can utilize the stock for, but let me know your thoughts in the comments as far as what you would do in order to retire on Tesla. And also, what does retirement look like to you? Do you want to live on an island? Do you want to live on a beach? Do you want to live in the mountains away from everyone altogether? Do you want to continue working or living your passion? Let me know what you want to do for your retirement in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat. That link is in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, I do have a Patreon. That link is also in the description. Thank you so much. Have a great one.